Hi loves, welcome back to my space. If you're new here, thank you so much for dropping by. If you're an OG, I see you. As you can see on your screen, I have an old jeans that I'm about to work on. It's a really old jeans, but I want to create something amazing. So from my video today, we're going to use these pins. We're going to use a pearl necklace and a tie. So if you know me, you know I'm obsessed with ties. You know I really love ties. And for this video, lately I've been doing ties almost every single day. Be it on my neck, be it on my waist, every way of styling it. Yeah. So today I wanted to have a denim tie. And what other fabric to use apart from my old jeans here? So I'm just going to trace out this cute tie that I have. So I wanted to have not the big one, not a slim tie, but just a medium one. Yeah. So I'm not going to draft it. I'm just, as you can see, we're just going to place down our ready-made tie or a different type of tie, and then trace out on this old pair of jeans. Yeah. So I'm using the leg of the jeans to trace out, and as you can see, I haven't opened the legs yet here, so they're still in twos. So that means when I cut, it will come two pieces. Yeah. So phase one and phase two. So I'm just, as you can see, I'm just pinning it down so that I can be able to cut without it moving and having a straight line. And if you want to have the exact measures, you can increase, you can add or cut an inch away. But for me, I wanted something smaller than this one. So I did cut the outline exactly where the other tie was. Yeah. So this is me cutting. And as I mentioned, why did I do this? Because I just wanted to have a denim tie in my collection, in my tie collection. Yeah. So yeah, there's nothing big we're going to do. We're just tracing out. As you can see, that is my niece. Anapenda kucheza na mimi na anaweza mkata. Anyway, that's my niece trying to hold it down for me, because again, when cutting, I tend to move the fabric a lot, so missing in a lot of points. So, but again, if you're here and you're looking for perfection, outside the door, as we always say, this is a DIY environment. So perfection, we will, whenever we're making in bulk or whenever you want to do commercial, then perfection comes in. But when you're doing a DIY, I feel like it is not a must. It is not a must. So yeah, that is what we're doing today. Just creating a new piece to add in our collection. And as you can see, I'm really struggling to make sure that it gives me the exact design at the bottom. And this is because for the original tie, it's already sewed in, like shonwa. So for you to make that pinpointing wherever, it's very difficult. It's very difficult. But again, we are done. So I know this tie is very long. So, but on our end, we don't need to have a long tie. So you can measure until the size or how long you want your tie to be. Yeah. So for me, I did use the original tie to make sure that where the small part starts coming in. So unajua venye tie inaendanga ikikonda, penye inakondea hapo ndio nilikatia. Yeah. And as you can see, we have now two pieces, and all we're going to do is we're going to turn them so that the right sides can be kissing. So as you can see, for those pieces, right sides are kissing, and now we can be able to stitch inside from the inside part here. As you can see, the right sides are already ndani, so our stitches will just be outside, on the inside. Yeah. So after cutting, we're going now to stitch. Again, if you did cut an inch more, just make sure that you have the seam allowance. Yeah, that gives you a higher seam allowance. So make sure you stitch again using the same seam allowance. If you did cut the outline exactly where the other tie was, then make sure, just know that you're going to stitch a very tiny portion so that you don't lose the shape of the tie. Yeah. So that's it. So for us, we did cut using the outline. So I'm going to stitch a very small space away. Ako ka distance kadogo to, if anything, I could have what do we call it? I could have overlocked the edges. Yeah, but no, I did not overlock them. So I just stitched kidogo trying to make sure that I follow the outline just as it is. Ukifika kwa corner, you just stop your machine and then you turn it so that you can have a perfect outline. Yeah. Yes, so that is it. That is all. I know you're going to ask, can you be able to do this using hand stitch? Yes, you can. Yes, you can hand stitch this. You don't have to have a machine to have this type of tie. So you can just turn it the way you saw me turning, and then just hand stitch. Pole 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 to the stitches that you want, but make sure that your stitches are small and close to each other so that you don't have gapping. Yeah, so that is the secret to hand stitching a tie. You just make sure that your stitches are close to one another and they are small length. Okay. Yeah, so I'm done with stitching. You can see I've done all round. So here I'm just going to trim out the excess, and then I'm going to notch the the seams. Yeah, I'm going to notch so that when you turn your tie, they can lie flat. Let me tell you something. You have to be very, very careful when notching, because again, remember to make stitch close to the edge. As you can see, we have stitched close to the edge. So if you try miss on those notches and it goes to the uzim or to the where you just hemmed, oh my god, imagine you're going to restart. You're going to restart the whole process. But yeah, you need to be very, very careful when creating the notches. And yeah, that's it. So I'm done with that. So the next thing we're going to do is now turn it inside out. Now the right side should come out. Yeah, you see what I did there? So the stitches will hide from side and ndani, and as you can see, it has already ripped. You can see it's ripping because I did stitch close to the edge, very close to the edge. But yeah, don't worry, you got this. Yeah. So once we're going to turn them out, the secret to turning this, if you have pins, you can start from the bottom part. You just put a pin and then pull. But for me, I had skewers. Yeah. So I had to just bring a skewer in, or if you have a ball pen, you can use. So for me, I use skewers so that it can make work easier and make turning easier. And yeah, it did the perfect work. It did it, like, as you can see. Yeah. So I once done, this is what you have. You can see this is a faded denim. Yeah. If you have a very, very blue denim, I'm going to redo this with a blue denim trouser, because yeah, I loved how this faded is, but actually one side was looking as white. I love how it has two shades, but I feel like I need to also have this same tie in a shade of blue. Yeah, so I'll try another one in a shade of blue. But at this point, once you've turned like this, we're now going to try make sure that they lay flat. And for it to lay flat, I realized I need to do a top stitch. So yeah, top stitching is just stitching again on the top, the right side, stitching on the right side, so that they can the edges can lay flat. Yeah, and that's what I did. I just top stitched, made sure that the seams are laying flat, and then just petitioned the machine on this, and yeah, we are done. Up to this point, we're done with that tie. You can see how cute it came out. You can see how the outline looks. You can see how beautiful the edges are lying flat on. I just love how it turned out. And once this is done now, this is where we're getting into decorating our tie, because in the beginning I told you we're going to have to use a neck piece. Yeah, so you can choose to either use a neck piece, use another denim fabric as your neck for the neck part. Yeah, but for me, I needed to use a necklace. And the good thing about this is because for this time it's very how do you put it, it's very easy to style. And when it's like this, you can use anything. You can use a junk chain to have it. You can use pearls. You can use it. You can just pin it down to your shirt. So it's easy to style when it's like this. Yeah. So unlike having a complete tie, the way you have a complete tie at the neck. So it's easy to style when it's like this. And that's how I made sure that I have this. So on my end, I'm trying to make sure that at the top, the edges, the raw edges are tucked. Yeah, so just make sure that your raw edges are tucked before you stitch it down. And once your raw edges are tucked, you just go ahead an inch or two. So in my case, it was an inch and a half, just because, you can choose the way you want. So an inch or two, you lay it down and then you stitch like that, just like that. And we are done with that. After that, you can leave it as square depending on what style you're going for, or you can just try to pinch it. Yeah, when you leave it a square, you can be able to use a ring or anything else to create that canot apogee. Yeah, so like just like this, you can wear it like this. You put on your necklace like that. If you want it tight at the top, you can use a ring or any other accessory just to hold it down. But for me, I felt like this one, it's not giving me the vibe I need, so I needed to tuck it like that. You see the way I've snatched it, Ndani? I needed that. This is where I'm saying you can use a ring to hold that, yeah, or a different accessory. If you have, like, let's say, pins or something, so it's something that you can style when you're wearing your outfit. It doesn't have to have that ready-made look. You can just play around with it. So for me, I decided I'm going to hand stitch it, because I felt like this is what I needed. So here you can stitch with your machine, but for me, hand stitching, because again, it doesn't take a lot of stitches. You just insert your sindano, pull a couple of times, and that's it. So that is how I snatched that top part, right? Yeah, and I made sure that I have a white thread that is matching, and that is going to hide in the name. No one will be able to tell that there was a hand stitch done or anything. Just be creative. You're not limited to creativity. You can be able to do anything and anything that you think you can, anything you have ever imagined you want to. And that is the best thing about fashion and creativity, or DIYs, when it comes to styling and fashion. Yeah, and yeah, once that's done, you already have your tie. Like, I feel this is already a complete time. If you now place back the if you place back the necklace, you already have a complete tie. You can be able to wear it anywhere without even adding anything. Just as plain as it is, just look how cute it turned out. I just love how it turned out. And then now I placed my necklace, and again, as plain as it is, it's a ready to go tie. You have yourself a denim tie. You can be able to wear it with any outfit. Let's say if you have colored outfits and you want something plain, there you go. And it doesn't. You're not limited to pearls. You can be able to use any other type of necklace that you have, be it a golden necklace, be it a silver necklace. You can be able to use anything. So for me, I had these pearls, yeah, and then I had silver pins. If you have golden pins, you can't be able to do this. If you have pins and you have beads that you can be able to stitch in, you can be able to do that. You can just be creative in all ways. So for me, I just wanted to add these pins. I know I've ever tried. The idea of having pins was having the small ones, but I tried to look for my small pins in the house. I couldn't see them. So I was like, but it has enough space for the big pins here. So the soft pins came in handy, the big ones, because again, the tie was had enough room for them. If you create yourself a slim tie, then you have to go for the smaller pins here. You just have to go for the smaller pins. But for me, I felt like, yeah, these ones were doing it. So now the secret is how you're going to arrange them. For me, I went in a set of 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, so I did sets of for the in the middle. I made you, as you can see, I did not start at a way hukoju. I started somewhere almost where the tie surface area is getting kind of bigger. That is where I started my pins, placing my pins. Yeah, and when I'm placing them, I made sure that they're not going to the bottom part. Remember, our tie has two sides, to the bottom piece and the upper piece and the bottom piece. So when I was adding the pin, I made sure that pin was going through the middle, so it wasn't showing on the other side. You can see me struggling to ensure that it doesn't show on the other side. Yeah, like the pins don't show on the other side; they just appear to be on the top area and in the middle. And yeah, I was achieving that. As you can see, it wasn't showing on the other side. You couldn't tell on the other side that there were pins. Yeah. So yes, so this is it. You can place them facing each other. You just have to be creative. Just create the pattern that you wish. So for me, I did 4 going down, and then 3 facing up, as you can see from the bottom now, from the bottom part here, 3 facing up, and then two in the middle, and then 1 at the upper top. Yeah. So again, you have to create your own. You just have to be creative. And once these pins are done, we have amazing creativity. Just look at that. Just look at how cute that tie is. Tell me, would you wear such a tie? Would you just tell me? I want to know, am I in my own world, or are there people who can would you wear such a tie? You yourself, would you wear such a tie? Yeah. So once I was done with the 3 4 pins, that pattern 2 4 3, I was like, I have another accessory that I want to throw in. So I have these what are they called? These like badge pins, you know them? They are badges and stuff, you know them. I know you do. I don't know how they're called. So yeah, I wanted to just add this. So I had one which is in silver and black, and it's kind of small. But now for it had to go through a hole. So I had to create like a small, like a tiny hole in such a way that even if you remove it, no one can tell there's an opening in there. Yeah. So I just pulled that and added the pins. So again, as I mentioned, you can be able to play around with anything. So for me, the entire idea was silver, but also I felt like if I throw like a small gold or a touch of gold, it won't hurt. If you have some other pieces, decorative pieces that you can use, trust me, you're not limited to create any creativity. You're not limited to one thing. You can be able to do as many as you can. If you want to add colored accessories or colored pins or whatever, just go for it. Go for it. Depending with what look you're looking for, just go for it. Because for me, I felt like that golden touch brought the vibe. Like those last accessories that I added, oh my god, just look at how cute it is. So we have pearls, we have pins, we have gold, and then we have silver, which is the major part of this. And with that, we're done with this video. Like, we are done. There goes my tie. It's a cute one. It's amazing. I can't wait to wear this because yeah, this turned out amazing. I absolutely love this. If you love it, let me know in the comment section. If you can't wear this, let me know in the comment section. Until next time, bye bye.